Man, Native Instruments better be in the lab producing a piece of equipment that's groundbreaking, because KEY has been killing the game for the last year and a half, and I've been here patiently waiting to see if Native Instruments decides to drop something new, because man, as much as I've been holding off, I'm getting closer and closer and closer to switching up and moving to KEY. Did y'all see the new piece of equipment that they put out? The MPC KEY 37. Now that piece of equipment right there, I feel like it's something that's really groundbreaking, because you have the luxury of a drum machine and a keyboard put together, and you can use it as a standalone piece of equipment, which means you could take it anywhere and you don't need a computer. You could just turn it on and get to producing. That's something that I've always wanted. I always thought about that, and I always wonder why no one had done it yet. Now I know a couple months back they had the full length keyboard drum machine, which I thought looked clean too, but this one to me is more in my lane, because if you remember in my last video I said the main thing that I want to be able to make beats on the go without having to plug into an outlet and without having to worry about a computer. I really feel like right now I'm gonna have to go to Guitar Center and buy this MPC KEY 37. I really like the way it looks, and I'm tired of watching videos. I want to get my hands on it and just start producing something with it. But I want y'all to let me know, should I hit up Guitar Center and buy the MPC KEY 37? Let me know.
So at the heart of the KEY 37 is a 7-inch multi-touch screen. This allows us to navigate seamlessly around the MPC. This gives us access to our plugins, all of our samples, all of our editing. So we're very hands-on, so you can just focus on the production and your music. Let's take a closer look at some of the key features actually on the hardware. So we've got pitch bend, modulation, so we can start playing our synths, do our bass lines. We have a dedicated octave shift up and down, volume control, and some of the key buttons that we had on the MPC 1 Plus is that you've got dedicated buttons to take you to some of the key features. So we've got note repeat, erase, 16 levels, track mutes to delete and copy. On the right side, we've got full transport control, so we can easily lay down our beats. We've got dedicated buttons for metronome, quantize, automation, to editing your samples, so you can access these features really quickly. Now under the screen, you've got a new dedicated button, which is our sounds button. So as soon as we press this, we can access all of the plugins, you can save your favorites, and we also have main menu, and then you have edit, so you can go straight to your UIs to edit all of your plugins. Then on the right side, you've got your 4 cue links, which are all touch capacitive, so we can edit all of our key instruments directly from the hardware. So the I/O on the KEY 37 is that we've got dedicated line inputs and outputs, so you can bring in all your samples and go directly to your mixing console. We have USB. Now on some of our previous updates, you have multi-MIDI with USB, so you can actually hook this up and expand the I/O to any external mixer. We have dedicated USB to MIDI, so now you can use the MPC KEY to drive MIDI directly to your DAW, which we could never do before. We have a dedicated SD card reader, so you can bring in all your own samples, and we have 8 CV gate, so you can hook up all of your modular racks and drive them from the internal step sequencer inside the KEY 37. And you also have dedicated foot control, sustain, so you can play the keys and get as much dynamics as you want with your production. You also have dedicated Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on board, so you can now log into your InMusic account and you can transfer all of your plug-in instruments wirelessly directly into the KEY 37. And you can also use protocols such as Ableton Link, so you can synchronize to external devices. We also have Splice integration on board, which can wirelessly transfer all of your sounds from your account simply by logging into the MPC, and then you can do all of your productions directly from the hardware. Now that we've gone over the hardware spec, let's dive in and start making beats for the KEY 37. So to do this,
now that right there is most producers' dream type of production equipment, because it has the keys and a drum machine, and it's a standalone piece of equipment, so you can take it anywhere you want and you can produce. The only bad thing is you have to plug it in. But the good thing is you don't need a computer to produce. Most producers like that because you don't have to carry around all this extra shit. Wherever you go, you can put it in a backpack, you can put it in the box, wherever. It's not that big, so you can take it wherever you're going. If you're traveling, if you have to go to a studio and you just want to take that with you, that's the perfect piece of equipment to carry around. I like the colorway, I like the screen, I like the keys, the drum pads, all of that. Everything looks good to me. That really makes me want to go and get one just so I can mess with it to see how it actually functions. I've already had other producers tell me as far as the standalone part of it, it starts to kind of give you some issues once you get to a certain amount of instruments being used with the drums. So I feel like if that's true, that's something that's going to have to be worked on and updated. But after seeing Akai put out all these new drum machines and keyboards, it's really making it hard to stay as a Native Instruments user. We haven't really had anything new drop. And I know that they put out something here and there, but it's not in my lane. It's not what I like to use. And I've been told that Native Instruments was working on something last year, but we're already in the second month of this new year and we still haven't seen nothing. So I'm really hoping that if they are putting out a new drum machine that's an updated version of the standalone for Native Instruments, I'm really hoping it's way better than the first one that they put out. But I want to know, all my Native Instruments users, all my Akai users, what's your dream production equipment? Is it something like Akai's MPC KEY 37 or is it something better? To me, I would have to say the MPC KEY 37 is my dream production equipment because I like to have the keys and the drum machine. If you already have the MPC KEY 37, how is it functioning for you? Would you refer it to anybody else, or do you feel like there's some work that needs to be done to it to make it better? Let me know.